Hey, it's Robin, the Digital Ads Guy, and today we're going to go through the auto apply recommendations within Google Ads. We'll talk about which ones you should have on and which ones you should definitely leave off. Okay, so within Google Ads, we're going to look at the auto apply recommendations. The way you get there is under the campaigns menu, you're going to click on recommendations, and then from here, you're going to click on auto apply. Now you are presented with a series of 8 initial auto apply recommendations that are grouped under the maintain your ads, and then you've got an additional 14 under grow your business down here. So we'll go through these one at a time, and I'll explain why I believe you should either have it enabled or have it disabled. So the first one here, using optimized ad rotation, I think this is really smart to do. Just let Google show your ads automatically using its machine learning, at the right times to the right people. This is a no-brainer to turn this one on. The ad responsive search ads, I keep this one off because if you have this on, what Google's going to do is it's automatically going to create brand new ads for you and set them to start running. I don't want that. I want to be able to review everything that goes out in terms of ad copy. Google's AI can be pretty good, but sometimes it does some really weird things. It's got some nuanced language. It's a polite way of saying it doesn't always get it right. So I leave this one off. In terms of improving responsive search ads, I leave this off for the exact same reason. Each responsive search ad has got 15 positions for headlines and 4 for descriptions. If any of those are blank and you have this auto apply recommendation enabled, Google will automatically put in a new headline or put in a new description. Again, I don't want that. I want to be able to review those before they go live. In terms of keywords and targeting, removing redundant keywords, this one I keep on. It's fine. I don't need to manually review keywords that are redundant. If Google figures, keyword A and keyword B are basically the same thing, so it's going to remove one, no problem. There's no risk at that point, so I leave that one enabled. Removing non-serving keywords, however, I don't want Google to do that because there may be reasons why that keyword is not serving, but I still want to keep it. It may be a keyword that I think is going to come about in terms of getting search activity, getting search traction. So I just don't want Google to automatically remove it. Google will tell you in the recommendations, so not here in auto apply, but just in the general recommendations, it will suggest to you periodically, hey, here are some keywords I think you should remove because they're non-serving. That's what I want. I want to be able to review those before they get removed. Remove conflicting negatives. Always leave this one off. You want to be able to see which of your negative keywords are conflicting with the keywords you are targeting, because the mistake may not be on the negative keyword side. The mistake may be on the keyword side. So you may realize, oh, I've added this keyword I don't actually want. So the negative should stay and the keyword should go. So you should always leave this off so you can review it manually. In terms of the optimized targeting, this is kind of up to you. This is a more nuanced one. It only applies to, what does it apply to? Display, video, and only videos with certain goals or bid strategies, and demand gen. So what Google's going to do if you have this on is in those 3 different campaign types, it may go beyond your targeted audiences to try to find customers. A lot of times that can be a good thing, right? If you're trying to sell widgets and you're only targeting people with, these 6 audiences, these 6 interests, because that's what you think people who buy widgets are going to want, Google may know that, well, actually there's these other interests that, and they may seem irrelevant. They're all piano players or something, right? And for whatever reason, that interest will get you more customers. You may not know that. So it goes beyond your own initial assumptions and it uses Google's AI. So generally speaking, I would leave that one on, but if you want tighter control, you may want to leave it off. And again, in the general recommendations that Google makes, it will surface ideas to you like, hey, you should consider people who love piano as a new audience. So you can always see it and implement it manually. In terms of upgrading conversion tracking, I actually think this one may go away at some point in the near future because it's sort of saying to Google, always use the data-driven attribution for your conversions, which I think you should have anyway. So if you have this turned on, if you happen to have any conversions that are last click, first touch, any of that kind of stuff, Google will automatically upgrade them to data-driven. So that's my preferred method, so I leave this one on. Now, in terms of the grow your business, There are none that I have that I generally like to leave on, and I'll explain why I leave them all off. Add new keywords. No, I don't want Google to just go and add keywords without me knowing. Google will propose keywords to add. I want to review them because they're not always going to be relevant. Add broad match keywords. No, I don't want Google to take all of my phrase and exact match keywords and automatically migrate them to broad. I want to be able to review that one at a time. Broad match keywords they've definitely come a long way. They can be great, and I make very extensive use of them. I just don't want Google to, do a broad stroke across all my keywords. Display expansion, no. I mean, the general thinking here, and this is my experience as well, is display expansion is crap. Keep that one off. And then in terms of bidding, I leave all of these ones off because I don't want Google to automatically change my bid strategy. I want to be able to set that bid strategy and do that manually, test new things, maximize conversions one week and then implement a target cost per acquisition the next, and then adjust it the week after, and then take it away the week after that. I want to be able to do the testing. I want, I'm a bit of a control freak in this respect. I want to be able to control these bid strategies. So I leave all of this stuff off. Same with setting a target CPA, setting a ROAS, and then adjusting those. I don't want Google to do that for me. I, propose it to me, which it will do in recommendations. I just don't want it to automatically apply. And then the last one here, adding store visits as an account default goal. I leave it off because, if I do happen to work with a client who, say, has a retail location, I will probably, when I do the conversion setup for them, I will implement a store visit as a goal. I suppose leaving this one on, will make sure you have that as a conversion goal. But as a rule of thumb, I leave this off because, a lot of the clients that I work with are either e-commerce, or B2B lead gen. And so if they have an address associated with their business, they don't want people visiting that address, right? They don't want people visiting their warehouse or visiting their corporate headquarters. That's not how they do business. So I leave that one off as well. So hopefully you found this useful. Out of all of these are sort of the magic 4 that I leave on. Again, optimized ad rotation, removing redundant keywords, used optimized targeting, and upgrade the conversion tracking. That's it. All the other ones I leave off. I want to be able to manually review that when I look at just the recommendations. So I can look at this and say, hey, we don't have ads. I want to be able to put those ads in as opposed to letting Google, just create them for me. So hopefully you found this useful.